The trade mission from Canada that was supposed to head to India in October has now been postponed. The announcement was made on the website of the Trade Commission of Canada, which said that the mission has been postponed for the time being. Though this was closely tied to Canada's Indo-Pacific strategy and had earlier on said that India is the ideal destination as far as trade with Canada is concerned, and that both the sides should leverage this mutually. However, this postponement of the trade mission to India comes on the back of strained ties between the two countries, which was clearly visible during Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's visit to New Delhi last week during the G20 summit. In his meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Indian side raised concerns over anti-India activities by the supporters of Khailstan in Canada. On the other hand, and quite notably, when Prime Minister Trudeau was asked to comment on his meeting with Prime Minister Modi, he said that the diaspora in Canada had the freedom to express themselves and that they could not be curtailed by any country or many of the countries that they know to be interfering politically, pointing fingers at India. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is himself under pressure here in Canada. He is being questioned by the opposition over issues of affordability with the housing crisis that is now becoming a big issue in Canada, as well as the prices of food, the inflation that is being seen here. Meanwhile, the strained relations between India and Canada have been built up over the last many years. But in 2022, with the trade negotiations restarting, there was hope that at least some sort of transactional relationship between the two countries might help overcome the frosty ties that had happened between the two sides over the issue of Khailstan, the issue of human rights, as well as Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's comments in 2020 on the farmers' protests in India. There was renewed hope that the trade negotiations that had seen a lull between 2017 to 2022 and that had earlier on started in 2010 will see some sort of rejuvenation of ties. But with this new hurdle that has now come in the way, and with the trade negotiations looking like they are being paused for the moment, it appears that both the sides will once again hit a roadblock as far as their trade ties are concerned, and the overall ties between the two sides are also concerned. That is because India believes that the issue of Khailstan is a very sensitive one. It pertains to the territorial integrity and sovereignty of the country, and that no other country should allow any of these secessionist sentiments to be fanned. On the other hand, this is not a message that India has sent out just to Canada. Remember, in the past, messages of this nature have been sent out to the UK and Australia as well, especially during the time when Sikhs for Justice, which is banned in India, had conducted referendum 2020. But currently, this issue between India and Canada has snowballed into a big one, impacting trade as well. In Canada, this is Maha Siddiqui for NDTV.